Welcome back to the channel. It's another beautiful, sunny, hot day here in eastern North Carolina. Forgive me for any wind noise. I'm not wearing a mic today because it's just going to be too hot. And so I'm using the microphone on the camera. Either way, yeah, I'm recording this in the shade because it's starting to get warm in the sun. It's about 9:30 in the morning, and I'm going to try to finish all my chores and make this video before 11 o'clock. By 2 o'clock this afternoon, it's supposed to be about 92 degrees, ambient air temperature, I guess, but it's going to feel like 111. So this is going to be a short video because I'm only going to do two things. One, water all the plants, especially the ones in pots, like here on the deck. When it's especially hot out, like it is going to be today, no matter where you are in the country, you should probably, or the world, you should probably water your potted plants. Potted plants don't hold a lot of water unless it's a self-watering pot, so probably definitely should water your plants, which I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go out into the vegetable garden, and I'm going to show you something that I thought up of, but I've never done before, but I'll show you that when I get there, so let's just get on with it. Hoses. Gotta love them. They make your life easier, and they make your life more difficult at the same time. No manufacturer, any manufacturer who ever watches this video or sees this video, no manufacturer should ever put on their labeling no kink or kink resistant. I've never found a hose, never seen a hose that's truly kink resistant. None. Zero. Zip. It's false advertising. You should all stop it. Stop it right now. And that's my rant for the day. I've had a few people tell me that they don't like some of my music. They think it's a little cheesy, and I've had other people say I make good music choices. What do you think? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Do you like my music choices? Do you not like my music choices? Do you like the mix of music that I use? Sometimes I use some sort of country, other times a little more, what do they call that, house or techno or some crap. I don't know. Well, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Behind me here, I have my sunflowers. Now, I did plant them late. I believe I planted them 2-3 weeks ago, maybe a little longer. They're growing like wildfire. It's due to the heat, the humidity, and the rain, which is wonderful. This way, hopefully by the fall, say September, October, I have beautiful heads on them. We don't get our first frost here until anywhere between mid to late November, I believe. In eastern North Carolina. I'm zone 8A. What I'm going to do today is, instead of trying to stake each one of these sunflowers in the bed individually, I'm going to do like a grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use twine, and I'm going to set up a grid similar to what I did with the corn, and I don't know if you've seen that before. Here again, I'm going to do something similar, and the reason I'm going to do the grid, the string grid, is A, provide the plant support. B, I think it'll be easier to manage as the plants get taller, I think. And C, that'd be a lot of stakes. I did plant a lot of sunflowers in fairly densely. It was the effect and the look I wanted to go for. I figured, big, tall thing of crazy sunflowers, what could be finer? If you're growing sunflowers this year and you're doing maybe a cluster or a group, how are you handling? Are you staking each one individually? Because in my experience in the past, I've had to stake because usually the heads get too large and then they start flopping over. Figure out what variety these are. Hold on. The first group here that you can see is mammoth sunflower. So I believe they get to they're supposed to, under ideal conditions, get to 12 foot tall. I don't know if these guys will do that, but mammoth sunflowers. And the ones in front of them, which are still too small for doing the stringing method yet, are Del Sol sunflowers. So I'm going to turn around, string them up, and then that should be the end of today's activities, because I'm starting to feel like an ant underneath a magnifying glass with the heat. And it's only 10:22. Like I said, today the temperature is supposed to get up to, feels like, 111. So let's get on with this. I've got a pocket full of string, and yeah, let's see how it goes. It's hot. It's now 10:51, so I'm pretty much finishing up at my target zone, which was 11 o'clock. So now I have the sunflowers tied up kind of the way I want. So what I did was I ran string around all 4 posts, tried to tie it as taut as I can. I will probably have to come back and make minor adjustments to this setup, but that's fine. That's to be expected. It would be the same as if you were to stake each one individually and have to come back to tie them further up, or to untie some of the string that you'd previously tied up because you don't want interfering with lower leaves as the plant grows up. Adjustments. It's all part of being a gardener, right? So I did my grid around all 4 sides, and then I ran the twine in, again, roughly a grid pattern. I made a couple of mistakes, but it's okay. It's not perfect, and FYI, this is not a do-it-yourself, or not a, this is not a how-to, because I'm not that competent. But oh, I did a rough grid, and what I did was, when I tied the lines, I know the wind blows roughly this way, so I would do the line as close or as against the stem as I could on the windward side. Yeah, I think that's the windward side, yeah. So, and this way, as the wind blows, the plant has some support. As these sunflowers get taller, I'll do a second, and then maybe a third, and then maybe if needed a 4th layer of support. Again, I will be tweaking this over the next few weeks, and if we do, we're gonna do a late summer tour, probably in August sometime, even though summer doesn't officially end until sometime in September. It's not Labor Day. It's past that. Either way, I'm getting past myself here. We'll do a late garden tour in August, and then you'll get to see how the space has evolved, and hopefully we have some big, beautiful heads on them, and everything is growing lovely, and the wind hasn't torn anything down. That's the hope. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Please click that bell icon to be notified. Subscribe, please. I know there's many of you out there watching this. I'm building a garden here in eastern North Carolina. It's hot. I'm sweaty. So follow along as the space evolves, because it will evolve. It's constantly growing. This space has evolved from essentially bare grass, bare ground, to now a 90% complete vegetable garden, to rose garden, which is still in the making. I'm still waiting for that grass underneath the weed fabric to die off. It's yellow. It's not fully brown yet, and I'm really worried that if at this point I take the weed fabric off of all that grass which is underneath it, it's going to start growing back, which is not necessarily what I want. I want it to die off as much as possible before I go to the next step, which will be, putting up the garden edging, the bed edging, and then starting to fill it in with compost, forking it in, etc., etc., and then hopefully planting. At this point, I don't know. I was hoping to get the rose bushes planted by now. Some of them are going, they're not happy with the heat and the fact that it's still in grow bags, but they're hanging in there. Roses are really sturdy, remarkable plants, as I've discovered. So, again, follow along, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of when I do that video, Rose Garden Part 4, 5, 6, Infinity. So the rose garden will need to get built out. In the next few weeks, they'll be cutting down. I'll have a few more trees cut down, and that will open up space for me to start working on the flower garden, which will take place over the course of the fall into the winter to prepare for next spring and the planting that'll happen then. Whew. Orchard will be the space will be pretty much, it'll be ready to go once those trees get cut down. I'll have some cleaning up to do with the wood chips, but the general area will be open enough that I can then this winter start moving the apple tree in there, start moving maybe the pawpaw trees into the space. Once they go dormant, I'll be planting all that up. It'll be exciting. So again, building the garden here in Eastern North Carolina, an 1.5 acres. Please follow along, see how the space evolves, see if the heat finally does me in by the end of the summer. If you don't follow along on Instagram, please follow along on Instagram. I often post up pictures there that you won't see here on YouTube. I like to keep content a little different, a little fresh. And that's going to be how to do it for today. Like I said, it's supposed to get up to about 111. It's probably about 90 degrees right now, and it's only getting hotter by the minute. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.